Yo, real quick video. First, let me say thank you to everybody subscribing to the new channel. Views going up. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking lovely. I appreciate it a lot. This video is going to be about takeoff. Of course, um, it's probably going to go a little deeper than we normally do, but that's good. It's needed. So I was watching a video. I was watching a podcast earlier today about takeoff, and it was, some dudes on there talking about, you know, oh, Whack 100 is a fed, or J Prince is a fed, and this guy's a fed, and this guy's a fed, and this all that shit. And I was wanting to say, man, I guess I'll just make a video about it. Yo, all of the rap industry is feds, bro. Like every big name rapper that got a big contract and doing anything worth anything is working for the feds. And I'll explain. All of rap, well, all of the music industry started with military intelligence. Because you got to understand what the music industry is. The music industry is just a way to, indoctrinate the masses with certain narratives that they want us to live by, act like, dress like, be like, or whatever. So, whatever social norms they want us to deal with, they get it over to us through the entertainment industry, especially the music industry, but entertainment also, movies and shit like that. Now, this started, well, let's say it, the rap industry right now is just a branch off of rock and roll industry. Now, remember, well, I don't know if you research this rock and roll legend Jim Morrison from the Doors. Jim Morrison was, I guess, one of the beginners of the anti-war movement when they were going the anti-war route against the war in Vietnam, right? But there was something weird about the anti-war movement. If you look this up, you'll find it also. I'll give you the name. Look up Dave McGowan. Dave McGowan, and type in YouTube weird scenes of Laurel Canyon with Dave McGowan. He'll go over all of this shit. Dave McGowan, he's dead. He's an old reporter, but he broke this down pretty simple. Now, Jim Morrison, lead singer of the Doors, anti-war movement. Father was, I think his name was Tom Morrison. Tom Morrison was the admiral of the fleet that they supposedly sunk during Gulf of Tonkin. Why I say supposedly, because we know this was a military psyops to get us to go to war with Vietnam. Like military psyops basically meaning it didn't happen. They just told the masses, they indoctrinated the masses with a certain idea that someone sunk their warships in the Gulf of Tonkin, and it made everybody pissed off to go to war. Now, you might have heard me say Jim Morrison, the lead singer of the Doors, was the leader of the anti-war movement. Well, if he was anti-war, how was his father in military intelligence? He was an admiral. Here's how military intelligence put out Jim Morrison. So basically, Tom Morrison put his son out to listen how he did this. This is very intelligent. They made the anti-war movement look like hippies. Dirty, stink, not appealing hippies, right? So if you were anti-war and you were a stand-up guy, a smart guy, maybe PhD, or maybe somebody higher in the old World War II or something like that, then they attach these hippies to you, to your movement, and now your movement it sinks in value. So now all the anti-war people were looked at as stink dirty hippies. So now the only way you can go, if you're like, man, I don't want to be a stink dirty hippie, maybe I should go for the war. That made the people vote for Vietnam. But if Gulf of Tonkin was um, a psyop, the hippies anti-war movement was a military psyop. Both of them were military psyops. And the people singing the songs leading the rock and roll era was just the children of military intelligence. Then the government was always involved in the beginning of music, the beginning of the entertainment industry. Now, this goes on all the time. Like, you've seen it in rap. You've seen it with rap music, hip hop music came out, high, infinite power, healing our people. It was a positive way of communicating the struggles that we were going through, and we were speaking in code, so the people making a struggle didn't understand it. That was taken over by military intelligence, where military intelligence changed us to be drug dealing killers and murderers. Now, you want to say, like, oh, Jay Prince is a Fed, or blah, blah, blah is a Fed. I'm telling you how all of them are Feds. So, rap music became bad in the late 80s, early 90s, when we started promoting the drug culture in the neighborhood. The drug culture, we were pushing crack. Crack cocaine was pushed on our community by the government, by Ronald Reagan and, oh man, what's the group? I mean, what's the dude with Ronald Reagan? Y'all know his name. So they infiltrated the music industry and promoted us to sell the crack for them. Get it? So how would they do that? Because they own the labels. The government owns the labels. Music is powerful. Music controls masses. Government needs something to control masses. They own the labels. So if we started selling drugs, selling crack, crack was pushed on our community by the government. We're just recovering. We haven't really recovered yet because they're gentrifying all the old crack eras because we fucked them up so bad. So now, since you're starting to see how the government influences rap. Then you get Tupac and Biggie got killed. Tupac and Biggie still unsolved. How could Tupac and Biggie, the two biggest rappers, still be unsolved if the government wasn't involved in the research, in the investigation? The government's always been involved in the investigations. The government has always been. Everyone in rap is working with the feds right now because the labels are the feds. Now, break it down. You get up to earlier today. Earlier, in our lifetime, pretty recent. Treyway, like I said in the last video, Treyway threw shotty through a chair at Elliot Grange, Lucian Grange's son, which was the beginning of the end of Treyway. They were already trying to move Treyway away from 6ix9ine because 6ix9ine was a government informant from the beginning. 6ix9ine got into the rap group Treyway, but also he snitched on the Bloods in Brooklyn, which will lead the government to crack down on gang activity in New York. Or it's happening right now. All of those guys went to federal jail. So he was a federal informant from the beginning. I'm breaking this all down. It's going to all add up to Homeboy, Takeoff. So Treyway, shotty, threw a chair at Lucian Grange's son, Elliot Grange, which caused the feds to crack down on him. They didn't crack down on him before they was, killing people, murdering people, robbing people, selling drugs. extortion, all that shit they was doing. They cracked down on them when he threw a chair at a federal agent posing as a, well, I was, Elliot Grange. That's when the feds cracked down on him. Now I've shown you this whole time how the feds, how the government, Fed stands for federal agent, federal stands for federal government. How the Fed's been in music industry the whole time. All of those people from Laurel Canyon that I mentioned with Tom Morrison and Jim Morrison moved to San Francisco in the Haight-Ashbury. The Haight-Ashbury made what's the dude? Charles Manson. Charles Manson was in the music industry, and he was with the Beach Boys, and he started sending out people doing hits for whoever needed them in the music industry. He also, everybody knows Charles Manson, but they went. Haight-Ashbury is in San Francisco. Who's in San Francisco right now? Empire Records. We act like record labels won't kill people for money. They've been doing it forever. It's never not been a time when they're killing people for money if they wasn't asking us to sell their crack and produce rap songs that only promote crack dealing, which was killing a lot of people in the hood to make money for, I can't think of the general's name. Y'all know the general, it's right on my head, but Ronald Reagan and his people, they were making money by killing people. All right, so now we're going up. Treyway making Lucian Grange money. Elliot Grange crew money by killing people. Treyway was not too long ago. Let's keep going. So Elliot Grange's son, father Lucian Grange, owns Universal Music Group. Universal Music Group is in line to get a huge ton of money through the increase of streams from Takeoff dying. Not only the increase of streams from the insurance called the Keyman Clause. Keyman Clause is going to give them 10 times the worth of Takeoff. So if Takeoff is worth 30 million, he's going to get 300 million. Not only that, they're going to get 10 times worth of the migos, so that they're in line for $1 billion. So you think the record label won't kill people, and I've been telling you how they've been killing people nonstop since the beginning. You think they've been killing people from Vietnam, the crack era, Tupac, Biggie, blah, 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 all this, all the way up. You think they're going to say, oh, we got these 2 big bags that we'll get if Takeoff dies, but no, we don't want to kill Takeoff. We don't want to kill nobody no more. We're just going to be good right now. You think that they think that? When we pointing at J Prince and talking about, oh, J Prince is a Fed or Whack 100 is a Fed and all this stuff like that, they're all Feds. Whack 100 put out a video the other day of some audio when the Feds called him and was like talking about different arguments he had online with J Prince and this, that, other, and he was, very cooperative. Because he has to be very cooperative because they run that industry. Let's keep going. Keep going. So Elliot Grange, 6ix9ine, he's on 6ix9ine is on his label. Trippie Redd is on his label. So we know 6ix9ine was a Fed since the beginning, right? Who's doing business with 6ix9ine right now? Whack 100 and DJ Academic. So of course they're doing business with the Feds. So the Feds are in rap. Let's keep going. Takeoff is gonna Lucian Grange, the owner of UMG, Universal Music Group, like I said last night, is gonna get a big bag. And y'all think they won't kill a person to get these big bags. You think they're mad at Rap-A-Lot or Low Cam for killing them? You think they're mad and like, oh, you killed my homeboy, you killed my favorite artist. Yeah, but you're gonna get about $2 billion. Oh, okay. You don't think they know that already? Yes, they know that. So they were involved in it. How do you know? Not only did you see the smoke screen that they put out with Whack 100 and DJ Academics pointing everybody to look at Lil Cam, who's also the biggest act on Universal. It's Drake. Who does Drake have ties to? Mob ties. Who unfollowed Quavo right after the murder? Drake. Why? So here's how it probably went. Oh man, we need to get these back, Migos ain't gonna make the money that they did. We need to do something to get this insurance bag, and we need to do something to make them boys legends so we can get this big streaming bag. Who do we know that can handle it? So Drake, who do you know down there? Oh, I know these boys in Houston that can take care of it. Who you tied in with? Oh, they call mob ties. Oh, can they handle it? Yeah, they can handle it. Oh, all right. Well, put in the work. Then Drake unfollows him, then follows him again, showing his hand. Why do that? Because you didn't want nobody to know, oh shit, Drake unfollow. What is Drake doing in this? Drake is Lucian Grain's baby puppet boy. So now Lucian Grainge is gonna get this money. Drake just put out an album called Her Loss. They saying, oh, it would have came out last week, but homeboy got COVID and we couldn't put it out. No, what happened? Y'all was probably trying to kill Takeoff a week before too, and it probably didn't work. Y'all should look and see where Takeoff was. I think they were in New Orleans or something like that, and it probably didn't work. So then you had to push the album back. Then you push it out a week after or a day after Takeoff got killed, to be a smokescreen and have everyone either focusing on your album or focusing on Lil Cam and Rap-A-Lot Records. But with all this dust going on, nobody's focusing on who benefits the most. Universal. Now, Universal got its people out, DJ Academics and Whack 100, making everybody be like, hey, look over here, he's the Fed. Look over here, he's the Fed. Look over there, he's the Fed. But we already know Whack 100 and DJ Academics work with 6ix9ine. They're working with the Feds. We already know everyone in the music industry is working with the Feds because the record labels are the Feds. We already know these people will kill people to get their agenda or make money. Why do you think they won't kill Takeoff? Why did y'all think that? Why do y'all think this is just a Rap-A-Lot thing? Why do you think this is just a mob ties thing? Because those are the low-hanging fruit. Those are black guys. It's easy to point the blame at a black guy. And like we see with Kyrie, it's easy for other black guys to get in the middle of it and help steer off the eyes from us looking at Massa. This is very easy, y'all boys. Y'all gotta understand what we dealing with. Maybe Lil Cam pulled the trigger, but he's not the conspirator of this plot. Maybe Lil Cam pulled the trigger, but he's not the beneficiary of this key man clause. So we know the industry can pull off murders for money. We know they will, and we know they have. We know the record labels, just like the other day, there was a video. Puffy's old bodyguard, Gene Deal, said something about Puffy knew when Tupac was gonna get hit the first time. Remember, for years, Tupac was saying, Bad Boy, them boys set him up. Now it's finally come out that Bad Boy was involved in the first setup, but they just didn't think he was gonna get shot in Quad Studios, right? And they had all these black people was saying, oh, Bad Boy wasn't involved, but Tupac was tripping. But if we just look at it, we'll be looking at Lil Cam or the guys who shot Tupac in the elevator. We'll act like they're the only people involved. But now we know, oh, Puffy was involved, and two other record labels, including Jimmy Henchman and all of them, was involved in the first shooting of Tupac. But Puffy worked with the feds. We know that. So was the feds involved? Puffy can't do nothing without them knowing. It's all coming out. So now when you go watch that Gene Deal interview when he said it on The Art of Dialogue, it's the same shit with Takeoff. If there was these three people waiting to set up Tupac, and they're big in the rap industry, including Puffy, they're big in the music industry, you don't think there was some big dogs waiting to set up Takeoff? Lil Cam was just a shooter, just like the guys in the elevator was just a shooter of Tupac. But we now know they didn't set it up. Y'all gotta think harder. Y'all gotta think this is how black people can succeed, is if we really find the truth. If we really, really go at who's going at us. If we keep going at the low-hanging fruit, other little black people, we're never gonna succeed. We're never, ever, 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 ever gonna win anything because we're looking at the wrong people. These what my video is just about. And I see they are making a difference because I see people talking about them. I see people now asking about, oh, my bad. I see people asking about Empire. I see people asking about record labels. And I'm the one that brought all of this to our subconscious. I know I did. So I'm happy these videos. You should be happy too, and you should subscribe, like, and share. Yeah, bitch.